In this video, I'm going to give you a specific roadmap to making at least $10,000 over the last couple months of the year by selling on Amazon. So I'm going to get straight into the value on today's video for you guys. Like I said, I'm going to show you how to make $10,000 in profit. And so today I want to cover these specific bullet points with you guys to make sure you're ready to go make a ton of money during Q4 selling on Amazon. So we're going to talk about why Q4 matters, where most sellers are going wrong when we're talking about Q4 on Amazon. We're going to talk about how to actually find products, what's the low-hanging fruit for your business, specific dates to plan around, and how to prep starting today. And so I want to get us started out. I want to show you why Q4 even matters. And for me, I thought that Q4 was a big marketing hype. Like I thought, people were just making it up and they were trying to get people hyped up about selling on Amazon. But this was my first Q4 on Amazon. This was 2021. I was literally a 21-year-old and I was doing Amazon on the side. It was my kind of part-time hustle, right? We were doing about 50 to 60K a month selling on Amazon. I was a full-time student. So I was very, very happy with that, right? But because I started taking things seriously during November, we were able to do about $90,000, as you can see there. And then in December, my first $100,000 month ever was actually just shy of $160,000 because I was able to prepare well for Q4. And this most recent Q4, we did over $400,000 in one 30-day period. And so I want to show you guys a lot of things in today's video. So let's talk about where most people go wrong when they're prepping for December, prepping for the Christmas sales rush, right? So they're overcomplicating things a lot of times. So you're going to hear other sellers talking about Amazon to Amazon flips where they're buying products directly from Amazon. They're selling those products on Amazon. That's great. You can do that. But if you're a beginner and you're just trying to get the ball rolling, trying to make some profit, that's not the best way to get started. Sometimes Amazon's prices can go back up. Amazon's flip-flopping the rules on Amazon to Amazon flipping pretty often. And so I would be careful doing things like that, trying to time the market, right? So you're buying a Lego set and you're just hoping the price goes up. A lot of times it does. But if you're a beginner, especially if you're cash flow limited, that's going to be a big mistake for your business. A lot of other beginners are making the mistake of completely switching their focus during Q4. So they're selling grocery and vitamins and, just typical products during the rest of the year. And then for whatever reason, they feel like they have to completely change focus. They have to start selling toys and Disney products and dolls. And if that's not your area of expertise, it's probably not going to go super well for you and your Amazon business. And another thing I see beginners do, and we'll talk about a specific calendar that I think you should follow, the calendar that I like to follow to make the most profit during my Q4, is a ton of sellers, they send a bunch of inventory in, they do great on Black Friday sales, and then they send it into Amazon and then they just stop working. That is a huge mistake. And we'll talk about the alternative to that. If you guys are willing to put in the effort, you're going to make 2, 3, 4 times as much money if you're working all the way through December. And we'll talk about what that looks like. And then the other thing a lot of new sellers do that's a huge mistake is staying in the bubble. So when I showed you this seller graph right here, I wasn't really talking to anyone until about April. Right here is where I started talking with other Amazon sellers. I met a few other people that I still talk to today. I met Miles, and some of you guys probably watch his videos as well, in April of 2021 right here. And then as we all just started working together, we all started coming up. And then during December, you can see how that kind of accumulates. After talking to other sellers, getting out of our bubble, I was able to do, like I said, over $150,000 in a single month. And so it's imperative that you get out of that bubble, and that can be anything. You can make a social media page, you can make a Twitter, posting your boxes you got going out, sharing your struggles you got day to day. You're just documenting the journey, and other people who are taking their business seriously are going to find you and they're going to want to work with you. So with those mistakes in mind, let's go ahead and talk about when is actually the best time of year for Q4. Like I was saying, this is last December. We had a rolling 30 days. It was over $400,000. And for me, at least in my experience, the best day of the years has been somewhere between December 5th to December 15th. And that made sense in my first Q4. The last Q4, you can see it definitely makes a lot of sense. Right about there is December 5th. Then right about there is December 15th, where it starts dropping off just a little bit. Some of that is us just simply running out of stock. We sold through all the profitable inventory, but you'll also see that, and we'll show some specific items where during December 5th to December 15th tends to be the peak of profit, the peak of sales. And then those next 10 days are still an amazing 10-day period. But the 5th to the 15th is when it's super, super important to get dialed in. That's when a lot of people are buying Christmas gifts and buying the types of products that we're going to be selling, talking about the types of products that you want to start buying. And so one of the questions I'm getting the most right now is, what's the best way for me to source products as we're heading into Q4, as we're headed into the Christmas sales rush? And I have been saying this for a while, but I wanted to put it here visually for you guys. As you're more a beginner in sourcing one particular category of products, you should lean towards reverse sourcing. And as you become more of an expert in that category, you should lean towards manual sourcing. And we'll do some live demos here in just a second. In between those two, in my opinion, is Keep a Product Finder. That is something we go over a ton in the roadmap. A lot of you guys are big on Keep a Product Finder. I like to use Keep a Product Finder to kind of bridge the gap and find those opportunities. So let me know if this sliding sliding scale makes sense to you. The worse I am at a category, let's say automotive, I don't know anything about automotive, I'm going to go in reverse source. I'm going to look and see what those other sellers that are selling automotive are selling. Where on the other side, like clothing, shoes, that kind of thing, that's been my bread and butter for a long time. And so instead of just talking about these sourcing methods, let me jump into the computer here. I'll show you the specific types of products you can be on the lookout for. So I went ahead and pulled up an example product here. This exact product does not matter, but I want you guys to be on the lookout for this particular Keepa pattern. So this tool right down here, if you guys are brand new to Amazon, it's $20 a month. You need to have Keepa for your Amazon business. But what you're looking for in these items is products that you see the sales rank dipping way down and the price shooting way up, right? And so this particular product, you can see how as we got closer and closer to Christmas, the sales rank right here, how fast the product was selling, started shooting lower and lower. But the big issue with this listing is that you can see the second, basically the Christmas sales rush ended here on like almost the December 15th right there, exactly kind of backs up what I was talking about, which is kind of cool to see. As soon as you see that major sales rush go away, you can see that price went down here. So this is not the type of product you want to be on the lookout for, but you can use these types of Keepa charts where the sales are going way down during December to find other good products that do, right? And so a trick I want to show you within Keepa right here is going down to variations. Now that we've verified that this product is a product that sells way faster during December, it's a super giftable product. That's what I want you to keep in mind. Any of the products that you guys are sourcing, ask yourself, is this giftable? It's not just toys, it's shoes, it's clothes, it's makeup, it's anything like that people are going to be giving or receiving for Christmas. That's the type of stuff you want to be selling. So what I want to do down here is go to variations, and then I'm going to set the graph range right here to 365 days. And so this is now going to show me all the different variations with their price history backed up to last Q4. And so as we're doing this, we can see a lot of products that they start shooting up in price massively during the Christmas sales rush, and then they kind of start returning back down to where they came. And what's interesting to see on some of these sweatpants and stuff is that the price is already coming back up, and this could be an indicator that the same pattern is going to repeat this year, where we can come in here, the price is going to stay high, and something like this, we can see the price was jumping up to like $50 or so, right? So we can jump into that listing. Usually it's like a $38 listing. Products like these where it jumps up to $45, usually close to like $25. On these variations charts right here, you're just looking for products that shoot up in price during Q4. And so here's another great example, right? It's like $45 in October during the kind of Christmas sales rush. It shoots up to, $50, $55 right around there. And this is a product that we'd want to kind of start thinking about. And so as you're looking through these products, this is something you can do right now, even though it's not necessarily the Christmas sales rush, is start storing a lot of these products. And so these pants right here, these are one of the pants that we identified as one of them that go up in price during the Christmas sales rush. We can go in here, and then we're just going to go ahead and go down to the Google Sheets feature of SellerAmp. We're going to press our Christmas button right there. And then once we press that button here, it's going to send it over to our custom Google Sheet here. You can see it sent all that information about the product. And the very valuable thing about doing this here is you're going to be able to go in after the fact during Black Friday sales and look directly through this list, and bang, you have a huge list of profitable products that you researched beforehand. And a lot of times you're already doing this work anyway, just looking through these listings, trying to find profitable products. And you can just start storing those products, throw them into a Google Sheet using SellerAmp there, and then you're going to have a treasure trove of leads when Black Friday kind of rolls around, right? And so if you guys are brand new to sourcing, you're not exactly sure what to look out for, I want to show you just a quick example of something that I spotted here. It is a Stanley Cup. These were super popular last Christmas. If you go and look at the Keepa charts for any of these, you'll see how insane that the prices went on these. But even still today, some of these are still profitable. So I saw these for $35. Here's the 30 ounce over here on Amazon. It's going for about $70. Right now it's down to like 68 or so. We can buy them for $35. We're going to make $15.70 each. And this is another classic example of a very giftable product, right? A ton of people are going to be getting these Stanley Cups for Christmas, and that's going to make this a great opportunity for us to do reverse sourcing. So that first end of the spectrum there, if you're a true beginner to Amazon, to trying to find profitable products, you're going to want to go into listings that are giftable. So go into these Nike sweatpants, go into these Stanley Cups, open up the SellerAmp here, and we can start seeing the products that these other sellers are selling through, right? And so where this gets really powerful is when we can start pairing this up with sales that we already know are going on. For example, today we have the Nike sale going on, and I noticed that this storefront here has 4 products. We can just specifically filter down to the 4 products that they carry that are Nike brand, and then we can see if any of those products are actually interesting to us. So we can see they're trying to sell these for like 107. Looks like the price went a little bit down on those, but this one on the other hand, the sales rank is dipping way down. The price is going up. You can see that orange line kind of going up. And so this would be something I would definitely want to dig a little bit deeper on. And based on the fact that this seller was selling these cups profitably, it's reasonable that a lot of their other products are also going to be profitable. So that's the bare basics behind reverse sourcing. And during Q4, it gets even more powerful when you start combining reverse sourcing, filtering down to just one brand on SellerAmp here, and then comparing it to a sale that we already know is going on. So for example, we can take these Revolution 6s and we can try to find these over here on Nike. So it looks like I found the Revolution 6 listing right there. It looks like they are on sale. We can see if they've got the all black, they're on sale plus Plus there's also a coupon on top of that. Let's see what size this one was. So they had the size 12s over here selling for $75. Looks like the size 12s are in stock right here. So we can do 55 times 0.80. And it looks like this pair of shoes right here, we're making 25% ROI right now. So that's not the highest ROI in the world. We are making $11 profit, 15% profit on this. So right away, like this was not scripted, just a random product that I pulled up here, was very, very close to profitability. We can jump into Amazon here, start looking through some of these other variations, and then you get to do the same exact thing we just did, right? So you go variations, you're looking at the entire history of the product, go here, go 365. And then again, we're looking for these variations that shoot way up in price during December. So here's some perfect examples of products that usually sell for like $75. We can get them on sale today during December, during the Q4 rush, they're selling for like $100 plus. These would be all great examples of products you could look into today or add to that Google Sheet and see if on Black Friday they get added to some Christmas sales. So we're going to jump right back into that slideshow here in a second, but I wanted to quickly mention if you're a new Amazon seller or you're just looking to learn how to sell on Amazon even better for free, we recently rolled out the Amazon Launchpad 2.0. It's completely free. If you go check out the link down below, there's a Discord community of 50,000 Amazon sellers. There's about 3 hours of free content and 5 downloadables. One of them helps you get auto-ungated in over 1,800 brands. It's all free. Go ahead and check it out. And then let's head back into the slideshow. So hopefully that helps you find a ton of products in your Amazon business. As you become more and more of an expert, you can just start jumping straight into the websites and start doing some of that manual sourcing as we're saying here. As you're more a beginner, just reverse source, see what other people are selling. And like those Nike shoes that we found, you can maybe just kind of cheat your way to a lead based on what our people are already selling profitably. So the next thing I want to talk about is the lowest hanging fruit in your business, right? So everything you've ever found has the potential to be good again. This is the absolute lowest hanging fruit. This is an opportunity that not everyone has. If you're watching this video, maybe you haven't sold anything on Amazon before. That's totally fine, but you need to start right now during this Q4 so that next Q4 can be even better. That was something that helped me massively be able to go from doing 160 to over 400 in a 30-day period during Q4, was just simply doubling back down on the products that I already sold. And so if this is your first Q4, get as much data as you possibly can, start selling as many products as you can. Even if you started selling on Amazon 3 to 6 months ago, you've never seen a Q4 before, all those products have the potential to be amazing leads all over again. So what I would encourage you to do is jump into those Google Sheets that you've created. Hopefully you have a Google Sheet of every lead you've ever found. You can just filter down to those different source lists. And then when you see different Black Friday sales, Q4 sales going on those websites, it's just as simple as filtering down to, let's say, Ulta.com. Show me all 20 leads I've ever found at Ulta. And then you can see, oh, 3 or 4 of these are already good. And that's where the lifetime value of an Amazon arbitrage business comes in, is when you can just keep returning back to those products you've already found without having to do any new work. The other thing you want to think about is doing that Black Friday prep, like we were talking about with the sweatpants there, is when you're doing your product sourcing right now, you're going to see a ton of products where the price goes up during Q4. Hit that Christmas button over and over and over again. And the bigger you make that list, the more easy replans that you're going to be able to have just based on the work that you've already done. You already identified that they can become really fast sellers during Christmas. You go in, you see, oh, half the products that I found are on a Black Friday sale, and I can just start buying those products. And we'll talk about what to do with those products that you're buying on Black Friday, right? So this is the game plan for you guys. Timeline wise, this is what I would do if I was going into my first Q4 again, wanted to take it as seriously as possible. So as I'm recording this video, this is the stretch we're in. The October 1st through November 20th, even into September, you can start doing some Q4 prep. The entire year, really, you're researching products, right? And as you're finding those products, you're starting to store those ideas for Christmas products. The other thing you can do is start stocking up on FBA products. This is a privilege that I'm able to take advantage of right now. Cash flow is not the primary limiter for my Amazon business. And so I'm stocking up on products that I see consistently go up in price every Christmas. If you're super limited on cash, do not stock up on FBA products, hoping that the price will go up, or just stocking up on FBA in general. Business as usual until we get into the thick of Q4. You need to keep that money moving because you need to have the maximum amount of money available to you when we get into late November, early December for buying all these products, right? The last thing you can do is go ahead and start getting your supplies lined up. So that's going to be boxes. Uline is a great place to buy boxes, especially for merchant fulfilling your products. We'll talk about that here in just a second. On SellerAmp, you can mouse over the little box icon. It'll show you the exact dimensions of the product. So I like to just go into Uline and buy like the perfectly sized boxes for the product that I just bought. That way you always have the right amount of boxes and you can save the most on shipping by having the perfect dimensions on those boxes. You need tape gun, scale, all that kind of standard stuff. You can get labels. Those are going to be free for you from UPS. You just have to make an account there. You're going to be using that account anyway to schedule pickups for all the products you're going to be shipping out of your door. And then you just need polybags, mailers, that kind of thing. And usually you can just buy those from Amazon. They're super cheap. So then the next phase of Q4 here is, I would say, like November 20th through December 1st. This is your money spending period. This is when you spend as much money as humanly possible. All of your money should be deployed on Black Friday sales, late November, all that kind of stuff is going to be some of the cheapest inventory you'll buy all year. Even if you're stocking up for a couple months, if it's like an amazing find, definitely go ahead and do that. You're very rarely going to see the same prices that you see on Black Friday on a lot of your best selling products. And the thing about this is that if you want to do Q4 correctly, pretty much all the products that you're buying on Black Friday should be prepared to do FBM. So you're going to ship all those items directly to the customer. I'm working on a killer video for doing merchant fulfillment. So if you're watching this video is probably up. If you're watching the first few days, it might not be. But if you've never merchant fulfilled before, go ahead and check that one out. And the reason why merchant fulfillment during this period is going to be so essential is because Amazon's warehouses get super backed up during the thick of Q4. So for me personally, I'm not going to be sending anything to Amazon later than November 20th that I absolutely need to be in stock during Q4, during the thick of those December sales. I might still be sending some stuff to FBA, but those are going to be like my groceries, my vitamins, maybe some of the products that I have a ton of that I'm already going to sell most of FBM. But especially if you're a newer Amazon seller, you're trying to make the most of your cash flow, as much merchant fulfillment as you can do on these products is going to be amazing, right? During this period, you also need to be talking with other Amazon sellers. So you can do this through free groups, you can do it through the roadmap, you can do it anywhere you meet people that you're kind of like-minded with, you have a good give and take, you can both share value with each other, and you should just be sourcing these Black Friday sales together. Those of you who take action on this and source through Black Friday sales with 2 or 3 other sellers, you're going to make infinitely more money. All these listings that sell super fast, having one extra person on it is not going to make a significant difference, and having one extra person giving you all the stuff they're finding, you're giving them all the stuff you're finding, that's going to bring you both up so much more than having that one extra competitor on these listings. So talk to other sellers if you want to take this thing seriously. You also need to have capital ready to deploy during this period. And that's why I was talking about during the previous period, during kind of the FBA stock up period leading up to the middle of November. If you don't have a ton of capital, don't start stocking up on a bunch of products, because you need to be able to deploy that capital on Black Friday sales on some of the cheapest inventory you'll buy all year. So then the last phase of Q4 here, the most fun phase of Q4, I would say just most of December right there, primarily the 5th through the 15th, like we've been talking about, but all the days leading up to Christmas should be excellent sales days for your Amazon business. And as many of these products as possible, you're going to be merchant fulfilling directly to the customers. You're going to get your money back twice as fast. You're going to be able to charge prices that are going to be higher than all year. And so the last thing you want to do is buy inventory on Black Friday, ship it into Amazon, and then it doesn't check in until after the highest prices of the year have already been reached. It might take a little bit more legwork, but if you're serious about this business, you're going to do a ton of merchant fulfillment during December. So then this period right here, during the thick of Q4, basically all of December, is what I would describe as like peak Q4, at least sales wise. And so every day, make sure you're doing these tasks, right? So you're going to be repricing daily, and that's usually overkill during Q4, especially during that 10-day period. It's going to be super essential that you're going in there and you're looking at your products that are at minimum price. They're not selling as fast as you'd hope. I'll leave a link down below for you guys if you use Be Cool, like the personal link that I use to filter everything out and find the products that I need to reprice. If you're on the other side of things, you need to be filtering by products that are selling the fastest. You need to be going in and seeing if there's any products you can raise your minimum price on that you expect the price to continue going up on. That's going to be a lot of your products as they dip further and further down in sales. If you only got 10 units left, you might as well raise the price, wait for the price to meet you in a couple days after a bunch of other Q4 sellers sell out, and that's going to make you a ton more money. So during the thick of Q4, you need to be on top of your repricing. It's going to be massive for you, not only in terms of profit, but it's also going to let you liquidate any of the mistakes that you might have made during Q4 leading up to Q4. It's going to be a massive bailout on some of those products that didn't go as well as you'd hoped. The other thing you want to do is check your products daily to see if there's anything you can restock, especially if you're going to merchant fulfill it. So let's say you sold out on a product super early, it's December 6th, December 7th, but you notice that you can just go pick it up local in store. Go do it. Go place the pickup, go drive up to Dick's. They'll load the back of your car up with whatever you're buying, right? You can also sometimes just literally keep buying the products that you're selling, OA, ship them to your house. There's going to be some of those opportunities where the price went even higher than you expected and you don't even need that Black Friday pricing before. So stay on top of the products that went out of stock, because a lot of the products that you end up buying, you're not even going to need those Black Friday deals. You're not even going to need a coupon on. Price is going to have gone so much higher than you expected to. There's going to be a ton of opportunity. So dig through those products that are near selling out, you've already sold out on. There's going to be a ton of opportunity there for you as well. Make sure you're also on top of your account and check your buyer messages. The last thing you want is to have a shutdown or any kind of Amazon headache during the thick of Q4 when it's the most profitable time of year. So don't let that get behind on you. And then also make sure that you're up on supplies. So the last thing you want is to have a ton of great orders coming in. You got 50 orders to ship out and you're completely out of boxes, right? That's happened to me before. I've needed to go run out to the store, buy some emergency shipping supplies. So just do a quick check on your shipping supplies every day. Make sure you've got everything in line just in case sales go crazy. You're not going to be running around scrambling to get all your products out on time. And then the last phase of Q4 sales here, something that a lot of people think about, Q4 is not over on December 25th. A lot of those items prices are going to start coming down, but you still have a couple weeks. I like to call it gift card season, where a bunch of people are getting gift cards to Amazon and all their other favorite retailers. There's going to be a continued push in spending, and it really depends on the types of items you're buying. So if you look in the past, fast and you see, oh, December 25th, the item's prices start dropping right away, definitely consider lowering prices, making those sales as fast as possible. But if you see that, oh, every year this product keeps selling through a couple more weeks, maybe even a couple more months, you'll see that on a lot of like winter clothing type listings. It's totally fine to hold your pricing, wait for those gift card buyers to come in and buy some of your products. So hopefully you're feeling prepared to go out and crush selling on Amazon during Q4. If you want to see more videos in this style, let me know. I kind of had fun making the slides, throwing it all together. If you guys did get value out of this video, please hit that subscribe button. That helps me out with the YouTube algorithm. Hit the like button, all that good stuff. If you want more free game on selling on Amazon, make sure you're also registered for our next free live Amazon masterclass. Those are super fun. We do them every couple weeks. Also, let me know if you guys have any questions, comments, anything like that. I'm always happy to answer that down in the comment section down below. But I really appreciate you guys watching this video, and I will see you next time.